My name is Arina Rivo. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'll share with you another way to do Italian cast on in the round. I'll begin with the knit stitch and finish with the purl stitch. I'll show how to make it completely jogless without the use of any extra stitches to join in the round. Also, I'm using another way to do the Italian cast on where the knit stitches are facing left. I think it is particularly suitable in this case. I'll be doing magic loop, so I have a circular needle, and to avoid flared edge and for a neat ribbing, I will be using two different needle sizes. This needle tip is 2.5 millimeters or US 1.5 for measuring the length of yarn and for casting on. And the other tip is 2.75 millimeters or US 2 for the rest of ribbing. I begin with a smaller 2.5 millimeter needle. I want to cast on 80 stitches. To measure the length of yarn for casting on, I wrap the yarn around the tip. I now have yarn for 40 stitches. Take it off, double it up for 80. So this will be for 80 stitches. I also leave a 10 cm or 4-inch tail. This is where I'll have my first stitch. To cast on the first stitch, I hold the yarn like this. I place it on my left hand, my index finger goes under the working yarn, and my thumb under the tail. First stitch is a knit stitch. I insert the needle under the yarn upside down like this and turn it clockwise. Next stitch is a purl stitch. I go under both strands, over the yarn tail, under the working yarn and turn. Knit stitch under the tail, over the working yarn and turn, and purl stitch under both strands, over the tail, under the working yarn and turn. Again, knit stitch under the tail, over the working yarn and turn, and purl stitch under both strands, over the tail and under the working yarn. Knit stitch under the tail, over the working yarn and turn. And as you can see, knit stitches look like horseshoe. One more purl stitch under both strands, over the tail and under the working yarn, and purl stitches look like they have a little bump here. And I continue casting on. Here I finished casting on. The last stitch is a purl stitch. The first stitch was a knit stitch. So I have finished casting on my 80 stitches. Now I'm going to join in the round. Because the last stitch is a purl stitch, I turn my work counterclockwise, holding the last stitches to secure. The first row is worked in the opposite direction, not yet in the round. My working yarn is behind and the yarn tail is in front. I continue holding the stitches to prevent unraveling, like this. Take my other needle tip, the main size, 2.75 millimeters or US 2. My first stitch now is a knit stitch, followed by a purl stitch, then knit stitch, purl stitch, knit stitch, and so on. It's important to note that with this casting on method, the knit stitches are facing left. The fronts of the knit stitches are facing left. I first wrap the yarn tail around my finger. The first knit stitch I slip off through the back of the stitch, like this. See, the front of the knit stitch is looking to the left. Second stitch is a purl stitch, and I purl it as usual. And tighten. Now I can release the yarn tail. And because all my stitches are facing left, I can continue working them as usual. Knit stitches are worked as usual. And purl stitches are worked as usual. I keep all my stitches closer to the tip to avoid baggy stitches. And continue. Knit stitch as usual. Purl stitch as usual. Knit stitch. Purl stitch. I will continue until the end of the row and will show a special way to work the last stitch. Last stitch is a purl stitch. I'm going to twist it clockwise for a neater look. I insert the right tip behind the back loop like this. It's a little tight. Slip it off and return onto the left tip. So I twisted it clockwise. And now I purl it as usual. So I finished the first row. Next, I will move everything to the left needle tip. I simply slide my work to the other side of the circular needle. Straighten the stitches up. Now the yarn tail is here at the left tip and the working yarn is there. It's very important to check that the work is not twisted, that the cast on edge is inside the circle. Now I'm taking this end and the other end and bring them close to each other and hold firmly. Check again that the cast on edge is looking inside the circle and the work is not twisted. I find the approximate center of my work and carefully pull out the bottom part of the cable to make the first loop of magic loop. I continue holding the stitches. Make sure the yarn tail is below. and the working yarn is behind work. Take my other tip, and this will be the second loop of magic loop. This will be the regular ribbing, alternating knit and purl stitches. First stitch is a regular knit stitch. Here it's very important to tighten the working yarn very well to avoid a gap. Next stitch is a purl stitch, and again tighten both stitches well. Now I can continue the regular rib, alternating knit and purl stitches. I will continue until the end of the round. I finished the round and will continue ribbing. For this second round, it's also important to tighten the first two stitches well to secure the join. First stitch is a knit stitch, tighten, purl stitch, tighten, and continue working the rib. I will work a few rounds to make my sample more substantial, and then we'll show how to make this jog disappear. Before eliminating the jog, make sure to place a marker at the beginning of the round, otherwise later it will be hard to find where the round begins. This is the jog with a baggy first stitch. First, I pull the yarn tail to make the stitch smaller, like this. Then turn onto the wrong side. Here to the left of the yarn tail, there is an incomplete stitch. I insert the tapestry needle back to front through the stitch and pull the yarn tail through. Turn back onto the right side. Here to the left of the yarn tail, we see again our first stitch. I go from left to right under the right leg of the stitch. Pull the yarn through and tighten. Now I join it with the stitch on the right. I insert the needle from left to right under the left leg of this stitch and pull the yarn tail through. Now the yarn tail is on the right side of work. To move it to the wrong side, I insert the needle through the front of this stitch and pull the yarn tail. So now it's on the wrong side of work, and I can later weave it in. So that's it. The jog has completely disappeared. Now, if you, like me, forgot to place a marker at the beginning of the round, just make your best guess. Since the joining is jogless, it wouldn't be noticeable if you move it by a stitch or two. Such a small adjustment wouldn't be visible. I hope you enjoyed the video and found it helpful. Please give it a thumbs up to support the channel. Happy knitting, and I'll see you in the next one.